yes man. Hey, the almighty sons of Batman. Hey, no, I got my Smith and Wesson. Hey, that be my illegal weapon. Hey, I'm off the earth like Superman. Knocky like He-Man, cut like Wolverine. Hey, come through your block like Green Goblin. Hey, what is this assignment? Come through your block. Hey, like Batman with a Glock. Hey, red bands on a gun, bitch like clock. Hey, Wonder Woman.
Cochlear implants, a device created to destroy the deaf community, ruin traditions, and obfuscate values. Stop the murder.
Hello, my name is Matthew Gary Kidd, and I'm here with
Christian Kitoriano.
And today we're going to be talking about the cochlear implant and why many deaf people consider them to be the genocide of deaf culture.
The video you just watched was created by a group of deaf individuals who are against cochlear implants and believe in the art of signing and maintaining their deaf identity.
First off, what exactly is a cochlear implant? A cochlear implant is a device that can be surgically implanted into a person's cochlea to stimulate it to cause hearing. It consists of a tiny receiver which is placed under the skin in the bony part behind the ear. The receiver has a probe with several electrodes, about 22 now, that is implanted into the cochlea.
A person with a cochlear implant also wears a hearing aid-like device that has a microphone, a processor, and a transducer. The processor manipulates what the microphone hears and sends signal to the transducer, which is usually worn just behind the ear. The transducer changes the signal from an electrical signal to a magnetic signal that can be received through the skin by the implanted receiver. The receiver then stimulates a probe in the cochlea, causing the person to hear. Cochlear implants are relatively new, and they are still only used in cases of profound hearing loss.
Also, not all types of hearing loss can be improved or fixed with the cochlear implant, and some procedures are only partially successful at best. They are experimental and prevent many children who do get an implant from leading perfectly fine, fulfilling lives of deaf individuals without assuming medical and psychological risk of a cochlear implant.
Speaking of medical risks, there is a plethora of problems involved with getting cochlear implants. They include the following: injury to the facial nerve, meningitis, cerebrospinal fluid leakage, hair length fluid leakage, an infection, blood, or fluid leakage at the site of operation, attacks of dizziness or vertigo, tinnitus, taste disturbances, numbness around the ear, and other unpredictable, unforeseen complications that could arise from long-time use of an implant.
You might be thinking to yourself that the chances of any of these things happening is not very high, especially if they're done by trained doctors. While this might be true, the quality of hearing that the cochlear implant provides is not worth the risk and the cost of getting the procedure. Here's a short video showing how a cochlear implant operation looks like.
The incision is made behind the ear through the skin and muscle to expose the mastoid bone with its sturdy covering of periosteum. A flap is cut into the periosteum and a pocket is created between the bone and periosteal layer to hold the internal receiver device. The surgeon drills a small well in the bone, which will hold the device in place and allow it to be flush with the skin. Small holes are made to later help secure the device in the correct position with sutures. The surgeon drills through the mastoid bone, called a mastoidectomy, and creates a small opening called a facial recess to gain access to the middle ear. A small hole is made through the thick bony wall of the cochlea, called a cochleostomy, for insertion of the electrode array. The soft and flexible electrode array is guided through the cochleostomy and deep into the cochlea.
now play a video showing you exactly how someone with a cochlear implant will hear certain things.
What kind of bait do you use to catch salmon? What kind of bait do you use to catch salmon? What kind of bait do you use to catch salmon?
What kind of bait do you use to catch salmon?
Sounds pretty scary, doesn't it?
Yeah, almost like something from a horror movie. I hate those. And the video actually demonstrated the highest quality of sounds a cochlear implant can achieve. And obviously, only if no problems occur during the or after the operation.
Next, we'll get to the cultural problems that the cochlear implant is responsible for. An average person most likely assumes that deaf people would like to be hearing because for most deaf people, it's something they have never experienced. But that's only one of the reasons why deaf people don't care about being able to hear. They have never experienced hearing, so it's not like they miss it or envy those who can hear.
It's a known fact that 90% of children have hearing parents, thus making hearing parents more inclined to want to make their children hearing as well. But many deaf people honestly believe that deaf children can and will grow up to lead successful lives as deaf individuals, and the cochlear implant will ruin this and decrease the amount of deaf people in the communities.
The cochlear implant can single-handedly destroy the deaf community if everyone becomes a victim of its wrath. That is why they are considered the genocide of deaf culture.
That is all from Matthew Gary Kid.
And Christian?
Good night, City of New York.
When you get there, you know what you're gonna do? Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming.
No, he said no.
No, that's you.
Oh, my name is
right here. What
a cochlear to stimulate.
Well,
A person with a cochlear.
folks, Darnell
What?
I'm gonna tell you a little
Prevent
story
many
about my
children
two nephews,
who got
Lil Yachty and Lil
hearing parents
Well,
more inclined to want to make their children
I don't know where
hearing
to
as
start.
well.
Look, here's Lil Bo
But-
now. Lil Bo. Okay.
Procedures
I've got these strange voices on my head. Keep it stacking for Yeti beside my bed. Not to be cool, but ain't cause they run up on me. If y'all better, my friends cause you double on me. Went to school on the floor with black and Paul. Just then this was 4 months.
Oh my God!
For pure
To the
fun.
transceiver,
Look at me now.
which is usually or just behind the ear. The transceiver changes the signal from an electrical signal to a magnetic signal that can be received.
I don't know. Every day I bought like finger roll.
What the microphone hears and sends a signal to the transceiver. Why?
that was all from Matthew Gary Kid, black activist.
All my diamonds shine, cause they really